Hey friends, it's Lydia with the Feng Shui and Bazi Chinese Astrology channel, and today we are looking at the forecast for the Bazi Astrology of September and the flying stars. So let's take a look at a yin water rooster month that is September and how all of this is going to play out in our collective. Remembering that this collective astrology can work for us, but ultimately we need to know our own Bazi astrology to get the full details of how this, these astrologies, these zodiac animals, how they move in and out of each month, impact you personally. So if this is something that speaks to you, please subscribe, like, hit the bell so you don't miss a single video. Have to say, after last week, I am taking a pause on the political Bazi analysis. Whew, that was a lot. And I just launched today a business feng shui video. Tons of great information in there. And I will later this week post a best days and most challenging days so that you've got all of that. And we're ready to go into September, which begins on the 7th. Excuse me. The 7th of September, in case you're wondering, is on a Saturday. Okay. So, I've also, lots of things happening, and it's been kind of like that, a little bit of a chaotic summer. We now have an affiliate program with my favorite place to get cures and statues is the Feng Shui Mall. I'll put the link below for you. And again, really awesome to get your own Bazi astrology chart read, to sit down with me and have that time of unpacking your story, where you are this year and what's happening. And it's also a great time. It's fall. The kids are back in school. Let's get your house feng shuied. And I do virtual feng shui treatments that are so much fun, so useful, and a great investment. Let's take a pause here. I love reflecting before moving forward, because I feel like it really does help us to honor what has happened, compost that, however that works for you. Journaling is one way of doing that. And another could be writing down what you're ready to release from this summer and burning it in a full moon or new moon fire. So, this time last year, I was in a deep wintering, and the large tree in my backyard was raining yellow leaves. It was so early for autumn leaves, and yet the tree was mirroring my own journey of letting go, of releasing a chapter of my life to the winds of change. And it was a big change. It was painful, as some change can be. But this year, that tree is solid with vibrant green leaves. And I feel in myself a spring of potential, growth, and vibrancy. The time of September for many heralds the return to school days and the shortening of light as we go closer and closer to winter solstice, right? It's the coolness of mornings and evenings, and a melancholy-filled longing for the freedom and the radiance that only the season of summer can bring us. So we are full on into autumn now. And as we let the wild hijinks, the plot twists, and the racing pace of this August, possibly this summer, slip on by like the last wave of the beach vacation, we walk into the most pivotal time of 2024. So let's take a pause around all of that and take a deep breath and sighing it out. Yeah. journal prompt for September. It's kind of, it has questions, but just also, yeah. What is your mouthpiece? A microphone, a social media platform, a pulpit, a stage, a seat at the table. This month is all about communication. How are you communicating? What do you have to say? How are you saying it? Are you saying it with kindness, with respect, with intelligence, or with vitriol and rage and injustice, or inspiration and guidance? If you have something to say, September, my friends, is the time to say it. But, and I've said this in a lot of my political videos, be kind. It's the number one thing. Because when we are kind and respectful, even if we're confronting someone, even if we're in an argument, if we are speaking from our hearts and not our ego, we're going to be heard. And an argument can turn into a conversation. It can turn into bridge building. And for me, you know, this channel is a really fun kind of shift for me, because so much of my life, my working life, I spent teaching children's yoga, mindfulness yoga programs. I taught children how to be kind and respectful and to honor themselves and to nurture and take care of this planet Earth. And I say the same to you. When we start to kind of, you know, just edit yourself, take a pause. I welcome your comments and questions, but again, catch yourself. First of all, do I need to ask? Do I need to say? Do I need to challenge? Do I need to roar? Do I need to whisper? Because when we go into life with greater mindfulness, we're far less likely to step in a hole, step in poop. So we want to be kind. That's it. So, journal prompt is all about what do you have to say and how, my friends, are you saying it? Now, the dragon has the feet of the rooster, right? And the scales of the snake. Therefore, this month of the yin water rooster is in harmony with the annual zodiac animal. We like this. Kind of like last month with the monkey, except monkey felt a lot like, you know, yeah, we were solving problems. We were unpacking things and figuring things out and getting down to the nitty gritty. But there was a lot of action. A lot happened last month. So this is a very colorful, animated, loud, and flamboyant month ahead. And I'm telling you, me and many other astrologers have foreshadowed October is when the dragon is going to come to its great confrontation with the dog that rules the month of October. And from October 7th until the day after the election here in the United States, the battle is going to come to a mighty head. So, this is your time to grab the microphone at the karaoke, to hit the campaign trail, to speak your truth, to speak what's on your heart. And this is a go big or go home time. And we are all in some way in the spotlight. How are you showing up? Check your colors. But also, communication is a two-sided thing. So as much as you want to dominate the narrative, there is something for you to listen to as well. Aha. See, It's a month all about communication, but communication isn't just that we all get to speak all the noise, right? No. Gotta also listen is the other side to this. Otherwise, it really is just chaos, right? It's kind of like walking into a room of preschoolers. All right. So as you know, we've got to be open to the truth and the story of others. Not quick to correct or criticize or argue, but to truly listen with an open mind. Still, September is a loud month, and many voices are crowing to wake us up. Pay attention to those voices. Can you discern truth from fallacy, propaganda from a real battle cry? And just as we must learn to use our voice, we must learn to listen. And as we must learn to listen, learn to discern the voice that makes our hearts sing, we must also find silence. Balance is going to save us from burnout. So reduce the noise in your own soundtrack. All right. So that is another pause. Deep breath. Sighing it out. Beautiful. We are now going to go into flying stars. So all that to be said, before we got into the flying stars and we dance around the bagua, I wanted to say that with communication, and as we go into the best and most challenging days of September, the days that we are really looking at are the ones in which we've got to really be careful with you know, just everything having to do with communication throughout this coming month. I would really, really make a mindful, concerted effort to check yourself. And to also not just assume that the people that you trust innately, love innately, support innately, all those things, that you also be a little more scrutinizing and really pay attention to what you're listening to. I share this with you real quick. I started turning my phone off, like scheduling it to go off between 9 at night and 8 in the morning. It is a game changer. I cannot tell you how much better I'm sleeping. And now when I go to bed, I'm reading a book instead of looking at my phone. Those things are really addictive. So again, turn down the noise, right? All right, so we're going to start in the center like we always do for Flying Stars Feng Shui, which is an advanced practice of Feng Shui. And you don't really need to know the mechanics of all of this. Just know what the actual information is as far as guidance of design and decor and the use of cures. And again, please feel free to use Feng Shui Mall for the #1 place you get your cures, because they really have high quality. And it's nice to support a business instead of a mega business like Amazon. Just saying. All right, so, because I could have affiliated with Amazon like a billion other people, but I didn't want to do that. So in the center, we have the 3-star for this year, real grumpy pants. And for September, the 7-star comes in, and this is not good. This feels like an argument in which somebody comes in and turns it violent. Takes the argument into a rage, right? Escalates the situation. And so this is gossip, backstabbing, slander, being canceled, arguments that turn violent, injury with sharp objects, and even surgery. So The 7 star, the 3 star, you've got the qualities of the earthy center, which is nourishing the metal of the 7 star. And both of those challenging the wood of the 3 star. I would say for the month of September, go to the center of the home. Where we have had red all year, we're going to take the red out and we're going to replace it with blue. Blue is going to drain the 7 star and attempt to control this contentious chi. An annual cure that still is effective this month is a red happy hody sitting on 7 Chinese red envelopes, and that is to protect your relationships and your wealth. For September, I would add a smoky quartz crystal to absorb negative chi. We're going to jump forward to the north, which is an area to depress. This is the 8 star, which is beleaguered here in 2024 because the 8 star is earth, the north is water, those don't combine. And in September, the 3 wood star arrives and crashes the party, tears open the gifts, and pops your balloons. The 8 star is challenged here. And the 3 star brings obstacles, conflict, and even health issues. It's a wah-wah. Not so fun. So this is tricky. The best approach that I intuitively feel is that by bringing red in, the red is going to drain the 3 star, which is wood. It's going to exhaust it here. And then that red is going to feed the 8 star. And we always, if you have that option of draining the worst energy, and at the same time, that same approach is going to nourish the positive chi, that's a good setup, but still not overall a good area. So we're going to bring in some red, and the annual cure is 8 silk red flowers in a red vase. If this is a front door, you can use 8 Chinese coins on a red string. And for September, remove any personal photos from the center of your home, or I'm sorry, the north part of your home. Now we're going to go to the northeast. This is a great area, fabulous area to activate because the 6 star, which is metal, is nourished by the earthy northeast. And the 1 star is coming in September. And even though water doesn't, is in conflict with the northeast earth, the 6 stars metal nourishes and creates that mitigator. And so the 1 star is feeling really supported here. So we want to focus on metal, white, gray, and black, but blue to support that 1 star. And this can be, a different colored throw rug or a blanket, a pillow. It could be art. It could be a statue. It could be a crystal. So the cure here for this year is 6 gold ingots in a round yellow or gold metal plate. Put that in a prominent place. And if this is an entrance, hang a string of 6 Chinese coins on black string from the doorknob. And black crystals like an obsidian can be used in the month of September. So the northeast is a really great space. Unfortunately, the east, right around the corner, is not a good space at all. It's very choppy this month. The cardinal directions are all afflicted. And so it's kind of like yay, nay, all the way around. So you've got to really kind of find your corners and use them to the best of your ability. So the reason we're depressing the east is because the 1 star, which is happy there, and actually is our new future wealth star in period 9 that we're in. And that's a great energy, except that we've got to slam on the brakes in September because the disaster and destruction arrives with the 5-star. Now, the 5-star is Earth, which again, Earth and wood in the East doesn't combine at all. They're in conflict. So it's greatly weakened. But it still warns of potential legal battles, illness, sickness, accidents, and other misfortune. We want to really take heed here. So focus on wood and the colors of blue, but also bring in a little bit of that black, white, and gray to weaken the 5-star even more. And that use of metal will help support the 1-star, okay? So we want to remove all personal photos. That's really going to be a chore for me because I have built-in bookshelves, kind of like I have here, but it's a whole wall of my whole eastern wall is built-in bookshelves with tons of family photos. Your vision board, which I have on the mantle in that room. You don't want to have that up because that's like basically just putting up a dartboard for the universe to throw everything that could come at you that you're trying to dream and manifest. So I would take your vision board for this year down as well. You don't really want anything personal. And if it's a bedroom, use a saltwater cure or a Wooloo health gourd for protection. All right, now we're coming around to the southeast. Now this is an interesting direction because this is the home of the dragon, right? And you don't want to be facing east. In any part of your home, make sure you aren't facing southeast. And that also means how your head is pointed when you sleep. So the 2-star is here. Now, you can go to a lot of different Feng Shui channels, and some are still going to call this the sickness star. I am not calling this the sickness star because in period 9, this star is the biggest one, well, the one that's going through the biggest transformation. And so at this point, I wouldn't call it the sickness star. I would call it a transforming star. And so on its journey to become positive, it needs to be nurtured and cared for. Now, the interesting thing is this is Earth in the southeast, which is wood. So again, these two don't combine because wood covers Earth, controls it. And the 8-star comes in for, the 6-star comes in for this month and changes things. The 6-star with the 2-star really starts to say, hey, this actually is not so bad. There's good fortune here. There's a lot of success, promotion, and business growth. This is a really great setup because the two energies, the metal 6, the earthy 2, they combine well together. So we want to focus, as odd as this is, but we've seen this, right? In other areas of the Bagua where it is like, what? We're putting red in the north? I know. Or metal in the east, it's kind of counterintuitive, and yet we're working with the stars to balance these things out. All right, so with all this goodness in the southeast, focus on metal, white, gray, and black. I know, it's very strange. The cure to appease the Grand Duke. Remember that we have 3 afflictions every year. So the Grand Duke, we want to display a Tai Shui plaque, a pair of Piao beasties that are facing into 105 to 135 degrees on the compass. Also, you can display a gold dragon to honor our dragon year. And if this is an office, put 3 brass immortals at your back. I have my 3 dudes back there hanging out on the mantle. If it's a main entrance, put a pair of gold foo dogs flanking the front steps. And if it's a kitchen, cover the kitchen with cookie sheets when it's not in use. For a bedroom, use a saltwater cure or a brass wooloo for your health, always protecting your health. So I have said to vacate this as a bedroom, as a main entrance. I would say this month it is okay. I'm still leaving this caution, and all of this information is on the Kharma Khameleon blog. I will put the link below because it's a lot of information. I know. So enjoy this area of your home, your garden, your office, but do it quietly. It is not a place to do any renovation or loud banging this year. The South, depress it, awful. This is another of the 3 afflictions. This is where we have the 3 killings. So the 7-star is metal in the fiery South, which I have said before is like a gunshot. It's an explosion. And this month coming in, we have the 2-star, which brings cat fights with women, relationship issues across the board, and potential for illness and injury. This is really awful energy. And just as I was saying before, here we have another direction, fiery South, where we're asking you to put blue, not water, just the color blue. And one of the best cures is to fill a black dish with rice. If you're worried about rats, mice, and rodents, spray Windex, put some bleach on it. So fill a black dish with rice and a set of Chinese, and set a Chinese coin so that it's sitting on top to protect your finances. Best cure, honestly, I've used is a brass dragon-headed turtle, never facing you, with a plant. Really good cure. All right, so almost done. 3 more directions. Here we are. Southwest is awesome. It's where I'm sitting. The 9-star is here, and that's our new wealth star, and it's ruled by fire, and in September brings a surge of good fortune with the 4-star, which is wood. And the great thing about the 4 wood star is it feeds the 9-star. So this is beautiful energy for intelligence, for studies, for everything that is like abundant and great. So use all your fiery colors. Get out that fruit bowl, cantaloupe and cherry and watermelon, right? And also some earth tones too. You can bring in some yellow and brown. And we want to display prominently a 9 purple silk flowers in a purple or green vase. So then we're going to come around to the west, another awful direction. This one is where the 5-star is for this year. And the 5-star is just anything or everything can go wrong. And so we want to really protect ourselves. So the 9-star flies in here. And I know that there are some Feng Shui channels that are saying that this is a positive this month. I don't see it. When I see 9, which is fire, mixed with the 5-star, and it's in a western direction, I'm seeing explosions. I'm seeing inflamed situations. I'm seeing heart disease, circulation issues, stroke, mental health issues. I would be very cautious here. This is not a place for an entrance. The west is not a place for a bedroom. Best thing for a cure is a 6-rod metal wind chime outside, and or a chiming clock. Anything that's chiming, a round metal bowl. You'll see, I don't know if you noticed, I have a whole bunch of metal singing bowls up on that mantle. And that's to absorb the negativity of the 5-star. So now the last direction is the northwest. Thank you so much for staying with me. This is such great information. The 4-star in the northwest is wood and metal. Conflict, right? And for September, the sweet song from the earthy 8-star offers intelligence, which benefits studies, brings luck, good fortune, sparks romance. Now, the only thing is this is the Shui Po. The northwest is the opposite of the southeast. All right? And so this is one of the 3 afflictions. So we don't want to necessarily have a bedroom or main entrance here this year. There's a lot of instability, unstable chi. But for this month, it feels really good if we use it quietly. No big digging and construction. The color to bring in now isn't blue like before. We're changing it up and we're bringing in red for September. Red is the mitigator. That's the fiery flame that's going to mitigate between the 4-wood star and the earthy 8-star fire. And the fiery color of red is also going to boost the 8-star and bring more good fortune. 4 stalks of lucky bamboo is a great option for a cure. Also, to put a Chinese coin with the 4 characters facing up on a rose quartz crystal. To wrap this up, best directions for September 2024, southwest, northwest, which is the Shui Po, the southeast, where the Grand Duke is, and the northeast. So if you're going to have the party, stick to the northeast or the southwest, right? Because those other 2 directions, enjoy it quietly. Areas of caution, center of the home, north, south, where the 3 killings is, the west and the east. Funny, huh? It's all completely like yay, nay, yay, nay, yay, nay. All right, on the world map, and I think I've shown this to you before. This is D.H. Vanderberg from 4pillars.net. This is the world map, and you will see each of the 12 zodiac animals, right? And the 5 elements down here. Beautiful. All right. So we've got a yin water rooster. And the rooster is really, you know, if we just take the rooster, which is typically what I do, I don't typically bring in the 5 elements along the side piece. I'm looking at this piece, the bigger picture. That's what I want to see. And the rooster really sits, look at that, right on the United States and up into Canada. And we've got Mexico in there too. So, interesting stuff, friends. Interesting stuff. So, again, if you have got questions, please put them in the comments. Check out the blog online. You can also sign up for my monthly newsletter. Lots happening. I hope that you have a beautiful September. And remember, look at how you're using your voice. And until next time, be well.